Hello and welcome back to Factory Town. In our last episode, we set up fertilizer distribution. So we are now able to take the fertilizer from the pastures that are making it over here in the farmlands and send it to some of the other farms in the area, like this one here, these over here, and these down here that aren't hooked to pastures or aren't supplying pastures with stuff, or in this case aren't supplying pastures that provide fertilizer. And we're also loading it onto a train here and are able to send it over here to the farms that are using it here for fruit and vegetables. We could have just shooted those over there, I suppose, but it was kind of fun to put it on a train. Plus, we needed to get it on a train anyway so that we could do the same with the excess fertilizer that's being produced here at Cloaks and Warm Coats. I guess just Cloaks and Warm Coats. And send it into the system as well. So since the last episode, I went ahead and finished this arrangement here. So now we have a large chute network here. This one is coming down from here as it was, but I extended it while still pushing into the local farm. I extended it this way and out to this train station. I also took this one off of here, which is the middle two being merged together, and pushing it this way, and which is then going in here and being merged with that one as well. And then we had started this one during the last episode, and that's connected there. So it may not catch all the possible fertilizer, especially because we're running 4 pastures worth of excess fertilizer here into one chute, but it should catch more than enough of the fertilizer to be able to supply the farms that need it. And if not, we can always make a fertilizer producing farm someplace to supplement. It's not that big of a deal. It just costs grain and workers, I guess. So today, I think I would like to try and work toward Omni pipes. In order to make Omni pipes, we need to make the magic, what they call the magic belts. That's what they're called. I think they're both made here. Yes, they're both made here at the what's it called? Magic Forge? Yes, Magic Forge. Jeez, oh, Pete's Wally. And we might also consider making the magic rail tiles. Now, we are currently making a few of these things at a few different places. And this takes a mana pipe. Mana pipes take steam pipes. Steam pipes, I don't think actually take. No, they just take iron. So what I think I would like to do is we have wooden fluid pipes being made someplace. Not there, but I don't know where they're being made. But I think what I'd like to do is just redo all of the pipe, belt, and rail manufacturing. We have steam pipes being made here. We have rail bits being made over here someplace, I think. Yeah, they're being made here. I think I would like to just consolidate all that stuff into one giant area. And I think that giant area should be here. Now, of course, we're going to need to grow some cotton to make the cloth belts. But we can grow that here and roll it downhill into this manufacturing area. So I'd like to take a look at what this is going to take. And I didn't do any of this math ahead of time because I think this is going to be more of a let's feel it out and see how it looks thing rather than an actual set recipe. But we have a million, well, maybe not a million, but a lot of iron sitting here waiting for us. And then we also have a few extra iron clusters in the area here. So I think this is a good area to make these things. And then for the magic-based stuff here, the Omni Pipe's going to take the Omni Stones, which we're making here, as well as some elixirs, which we haven't made yet, but we're going to end up shipping those in, I think, from wherever we make the actual elixirs at. So we're not going to be able to finish this entire thing today, not just because of not having the elixirs made yet, but just because this is a massive build. So, and we're going to need fire crystals coming in, air crystals coming in, but, and I think what we'll end up doing is redoing where all the crystals are being manufactured, especially once we've done all the research for all the temples, which we can also check and see we're at 60% on the water temple, because I did fix that as well. I forgot about that. I did fix that as well here, and I'm now providing, I should put 2 workers in this coal. because we obviously need more fuel here. I'm now providing the appropriate crystals again to the temple, or the appropriate ethers rather, to the temple, but we're a little slow on the mana crystals, so we need to make those. So I think what's going to end up happening is we're going to end up redoing all of the current builds for making the elemental crystals, the mana crystals, and the Omni Stones at some point in one consolidated area. And then I think at that point we'll link that up with this area and provide the steady supply. But for now we're just going to supply a sparse supply from the overflow that we're doing with all this all the other work we're doing with the crystals and the elementals. So we'll start at the end, because that's kind of the best place to start when you're doing something like this. And that's Mana Forge, or Magic Forge rather, making Omni Pipes. Because this is going to need to have the magic conveyor belts. This is going to need the mana pipes. This is going to need the elixir, which is made in an enchanter, which will, like I said, we'll bring in a little bit later. And this is going to need the elemental crystals, the charged crystals, as well as obviously the downstream products of mana pipes, which are also made in one of these here, with steam pipes, and then the steam pipes have to be made and things like that. So this is going to make one Omni Pipe every 10 seconds. Eventually we'll have a 400% bonus on that, so that'll be 4 Omni Pipes every 10 seconds, which I think is probably going to be more than enough. We'll have enough of a storage here that we won't have to worry about that too much. But let's just start there. So from there we need to have, we're not going to make the Omni Stones local, but we're going to make Mana Pipes local and Magic Conveyor Belts local, as well as we're also going to want to be able to make the Magic Rail Tiles in this area as well, I think, because they take the mechanical rails, and the mechanical rails are going to take regular rails, so I think it makes sense to kind of have all this stuff kind of coming together in one area. And out here in the desert seems like a great place, because growing food in the desert doesn't seem logical to me, so it kind of makes sense. So what I want to do is have the let's see, maybe something like this. Have the rails coming in from this direction. Have, I don't know, maybe the belts coming in from this direction. Maybe the rails coming in from this direction. And then the pipes coming in from this direction, kind of thing. Like fan it out in a big kind of a flowery kind of looking thing, mana pipes. So I didn't balance this very well, but it's probably going to get moved a few times before we're done. Maybe one more there. Why does that look weird? Probably because this one's too far out. There we go. That looks even. Not that it's going to need to stay there, but... So, of course, need a lot of fuel, and we're going to end up using the magma for fuel for all of this, because, as we've learned, using coal for fuel is fleeting. And we can probably make a change here now to make this thing a little bit happier. Why can I not place... Oh, that's why. Maybe. Okay, it is happier. That's better, I think. Because the magma we're able to scale and expand, and we also have lots of firestones, but we only need, from the magma, we only need the seed value, or the seed quantity of firestones. Anyways, so coming into here, we'll pipe in, we'll Omni Pipe in the Omni Stones eventually, and we will, we'll bring the elixir in probably via train. I think that makes the most sense. Speaking of which, how is this doing? It's doing okay. Doing okay. And then magic conveyor belts we're going to make here, and then we're going to also have the magic rails being made here too, as well as the mana pipes, because they're also used here in this recipe. So I think we'll start with the belts first. So this makes one magic conveyor belt every 20 seconds, which is not great. Because, so we're going to need at least 2 in order to provide enough, at least 2 magic forges in order to provide enough for the Omni pipes. So that means I think we need to have 3. And which means we're already in a rearranging pattern here. So this is going to make 3 every 20 seconds, not accounting for the speed boost. And which means we need to have 3 air crystals coming in, and we'll bring those in via mana pipe. And from our current assembly, and then later on another assembly. And then we'll need also 3 metal conveyor belts every 20 seconds, which isn't too many, I don't think. Those must be made in a workshop or a what's it called? A machine shop, I think, maybe. Because I could have moused over the recipe to see. Mechanical rail? No. Metal conveyor belt. There we go. Alright, so this is 1 every 12 seconds. We need to have at least 3 every 20 seconds, which is 1 every 8 and no. Wait. 1 every 20 divided by 3 is 6 2/3, 6.67. Yeah. So this is 1 every 12, again, not compensating for the speed boost. And we could also do some air boosting here or some steam boosting here if we wanted to, but I'm going to just do this with the simple math, I think, and minimize that because we already have a lot of stones coming in here, and we're going to have a lot of, especially a lot of earth or firestone circulating around generating magma. So the less of that I have to worry about might be better. Or we might end up just using them as a total boost across the board and boosting the whole process when we're done to kick up the rate. So anyway, 1 every 12 seconds is not enough. If 2 every 12 seconds would be 1 every 6 seconds, that would be 2 of these. That's just more than enough. And that's assuming we don't need very many metal conveyor belts. That might actually be enough. I mean, we are using them more and more now, but a lot of what we're using them for is just sort of short runs and temporary runs. We're not using a large quantity of these. And in fact, you know what? I'm only going to do 2 of these. I'm only going to do 2 of these because while it is it would be 2 every 20, which is 1 every 10, to 1 every 10. The quantities of these are going to be so low that I think I would be wasting resources to do more than 2 of these. So let's do 2 of those, and let's do 2 of these. Copy and paste this. Shift this way. So now we're doing 1 every 10 seconds here, and we're doing 1 every 6 seconds here, which gives us a large surplus of belts here in the metal conveyor belts here, but that's okay. And then of course we're going to need to bring in smelted iron and also making gears from iron plate. So we're going to do that math, but I want to jump to the workshop and make the metal conveyor or the cloth conveyor belts first. So we need to have at least 1 every 6 seconds. Let's do workshop. Put that there for now. Cloth conveyor belt makes 1 every 4 seconds. I think that's enough. Honestly, I think that's enough. Because again, the whole quantity thing. We could always double it, I suppose, at some point in the future. If we wanted to, we could add a second one. But I think this is enough. Yeah, so I think we'll do that. So then producing 1 cloth every 4 seconds is another workshop. I think it's 2 workshops actually. No, it's just 1. 1 cloth every 4 seconds. 1 cloth every 4 seconds. That's excellent. And we also need wheels here too. I forgot about those. And the stone bricks. And so then we'll need to have a farm producing the cotton. And I'll have to do the math on the farm producing the cotton because we'll have to actually compensate better for the boost then. Maybe. And that will definitely boost the farm just because it cuts the workers in half. Obviously, we're boosting the workshops too does cut the workers down because you only need one workshop instead of two, for example, by using the air booster. But I'm only going to do one here anyways. And yes, I could air boost these, but I might want to air boost the whole thing, so I don't want to overcompensate for it there. Or I might just do the Omni Stone upgrades and not do the air boosts. So we'll need a farm here. I guess I can put down the farm, but I won't be able to do the math on it just yet. I don't think, or will I? Let's see. This is cotton. Cotton produces... Doggone. It's autosave. Cotton produces 1 cotton every 2 seconds. So that's actually one farm, one worker in one farm is enough for one workshop because it's 1 cotton every 2 cotton every 4 seconds, and this is 1 every 2, so that's 2 every 4. So actually that's a straight line, and if we boost the whole thing, then we boost the whole thing. So the other things we needed here, of course, were the actually let's start here. We need at least one stone brick every 4 seconds. Let's do a stone mason. See what that looks like. That's 1 stone brick every 4 seconds. That's a great ratio. And then we'll obviously be mining the stone to bring in here. Probably gonna have to rearrange this a little. And then we need to have the wood. Yeah, let's do this instead. Put you over here someplace. I'll put it up there so that I can place it down. And then, because the stone's going to come in from over here, I'm guessing. So that's a stretch. And then this is going to be 2 wooden wheels every 4 seconds. That's a workshop. Oh, we have workshops here. 2 wooden wheels every 4 seconds is... 2 of these plus some. This might be where the Omni Stone upgrades benefit or something because it's a partial upgrade. But I think what I'll just do... Actually, we could use a buffer of wooden wheels. Could actually use a little bit of a buffer of cloth too. But I think it'll be okay. But we could use a buffer of wooden wheels, so maybe we just do... instead of having 2 every 4 seconds, which is 1 every 2 seconds, we could have 3 every 5, which is 1 every 1.67 seconds, which is a little bit faster, which I think will work out nicely. So let's move this back a little bit so I can put it here where it's clear. Delete that one. And that's the wood wheels and the stone brick for this workshop. And then the machine shops will need iron and gears. They need 4, let's do a forge. Actually, we need a machine shop for the gears. I believe, yes. So we need to have 4 iron every 12 seconds, 4 iron every 6 seconds because we have 2 machine shops, plus 2 gears every 6 seconds. We make 1 gear every 10 seconds, so we could make 2 of these, which would mean 1 gear every 5 seconds. That's going to require 1 iron every 5 seconds total, plus the 4 iron every 6 seconds total, which is a number that's going to be tough to compute. 1 iron every 5 seconds. Well, 2 every 10. Extend that out to 30. That's 6 every 30. And this was 4 every 6, which times 5 is 20 every 6. So that's 26 every 30 seconds. So that's just less than 1 per second. Let's build a forge. And iron plate is 1 every 4 seconds. And we need to have just less than 1. We need to have like 26 every 30 seconds. Of course, if I doubled that, that's 52 every 60 seconds. This will produce 15 every 60 seconds, so we need 4 forges. As probably the easier math would have just been, just make 4 of them. And that lets me stockpile some iron bars too, which I think we need for house upgrades. Let me build another house just to test this. We need to have planks, which we are making in many different places, but we might want to also stockpile those for the wooden wheels in the line, because this might just be my kind of like building supplies base here. The stone bricks, we'll want to stockpile those too. The cloth, yep. Reinforced planks. We have those on trade, so we don't need to do those. Oh, I don't need iron. What did I need iron for? Oh, the barns. The barns require the iron to upgrade the barns. Well, we're not going to do that anyway, I don't think. So that'll be fine. We're going to have to build this out here and maybe build an extra stonemason here too. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so we have now enough iron bars being made to supply the machine shop making the metal conveyor belts. If I did all the math correctly. And the only other thing that goes into the magic conveyor belts are the air crystals, and we have a sparse supply of those right now, and we'll have to boost that later on in the series. Okay, so let's do the we needed to make enough wheels here. We need to have 3 every 5 seconds, so we need to have 6 every 5 seconds. Plank is a lumber. Oops. I forgot there's a victory condition here of building an Omni Temple. We're going to win this game and then keep playing it, by the way, because the victory condition there is kind of easy to hit, and I have my own victory condition that I want to try and meet. Let's do a lumber mill. This is going to be making planks at 1 every 3 seconds. We needed 6 every 5 seconds. If I triple that, because in order to make 5 and 3 be at the same number, at least common multiple, if I triple that, I need 18 every 15 seconds. This is making 5 every 15 seconds. So we're going to make at least 4 lumber mills to making planks. Which of course means that we're going to need to have 4 times 2, 8 wood every 3 seconds from a forester. Eight wood every 3 seconds. Wood. We need to have 8 workers in the forester. I think that'll be 2 foresters, 4 in each. I think that'll work out okay. And I think that gives us everything we need for this quarter of this build. Well, third is more accurate. And then here we're going to have a magic forge making magic rails out of mechanical rails. Again, the fire crystals will come in sparsely, so we need to have a machine shop making mechanical rails. We need to have 1 every 10 seconds minimum, but these might be good to have more of. I guess it kind of depends on what we want to provide, or how we want what rails we want to use for our primary rail building, and it might have to be magic rails just because of some of the performance issues that I'm certain we're going to see. And we might even need to have, so maybe we won't buffer the mechanical rails and the rail tiles. Actually, mechanical rails we don't need buffered at all, but we might not buffer the rail tiles at all. We might just make the mechanical rails be our magic rails be our buffer. I think that makes sense. Okay, so this is 1 every 10 seconds. So this is 1 every 10 seconds. That's great. This needs regular rails, which is 1 every 5 seconds. So we're overproducing there, which is fine. And then here we also need more gears, but we also need iron plates here. So we need 1 8 gears. Holy crap. 8 gears every 10 seconds. And we can make 1 gear every 10 seconds. So we need 8. Holy cow. We need 8 machine shops making gears for this. 1, 2, 5. We're out of stone bricks. We need 8 of those. Gear. 2, 3, 4. And we're out again. Okay. We're spending a lot of stuff right now. That'll be 8. Making enough for gears. So that means we need to have 8 iron every 10 seconds. Plus 2 iron every 5 seconds, which is 4 iron every 10 seconds. And that's assuming we want to be buffering these, which maybe we will. Just because we can make twice as many, so we might as well, I guess. Although, that doesn't really help beyond the beginning. Well, I guess if we boost this part, we just won't boost the rail tile down part if we end up doing elemental boost on it. Okay, that works. So, 4 every 10 seconds plus 8 every 10 seconds is 12 every 10 seconds of these. So these make 1 every 4 seconds, which is 3 every 12 seconds. Wait. 8 and 4 is 12 every 10 seconds. That's 24 every 20 seconds. And this will be 5 every 20 seconds. So we need 5 more forges. And I can't make them all because space and time stuff. Okay. Can I make any more of them? No. Is there anything that I can do to symbolize that we need this stuff? No, let's not use those. Let's use these. We need one of them here, there, and there. And then we need a forge. 1, 2, 3. Make them a little closer together. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. Okay. 8 of those and 5 of those. That'll produce enough. And we can probably combine them with these, or maybe not. We can decide on that. And then we need planks and more stone bricks. We need to have 2 planks every 5 seconds. The lumber mill makes 2 planks every 6 seconds. Of course it does. So we'll just do 2 of these. That's fine. And then we'll have to have 1 forester again. And what I'm going to end up doing is planting the trees and stuff over here on this hill also, or maybe like here, and then having this forester maybe working on these trees here, pulling the apples out of them, and then rolling them downhill into the lumber mills. And then we need to have the stone of 2 every 5 seconds. Stone 2 every 5 seconds. And this makes 1 every 4 seconds, so we'll make 2 every 4 seconds, which should be just slightly more than enough. So that should take care of the rail tiles, which also takes care of the mechanical rails. We need fuel here, of course, but we'll take care of that. It's only 1 per second fuel value, which is 1 magma every 8 seconds, so it's not a lot. And then we need a lot more fuel here, which is 2 per second, which isn't all that much either in terms of magma, so that's great. And that takes care of this side. So I think instead of starting on this one here, planning it out, we'll plan that out in the next episode. I want to just do a quick glance over the base, make sure there's not any trains being crazy, or any supplies not being supplied. We're at 772. We have gotten Looks like what is that, a peak of 800, or is that where, I think 800 is where it jumps to level 20. That's probably what that means. I also want to check and see how we're doing on coal here. We're backed up. Excellent. So that one harvester is able to more than keep up. And there was one other thing that I wanted to check before we went. Ah, yes. This research for the water temple, or for the water temple. I want to make sure that we're still producing the water stones out here. Looks like stuff is still getting made. Yeah, it's just slow. So I think we're good to go then. This is a little bit right on the edge of the normal episode, like shortest episode length here. But I think we should leave it here and then save planning out the mana pipes as our third input here, or our third locally crafted input here. And then build that next time, or plan that out next time, and have it ready to go, and then we can start hooking these things up and laying it out exactly how we want it to be connected, all connected together. And then we'll have to, of course, take a small deviation to the to making the elixir someplace, so that we can for the apothecary, and making sure that we're producing at least one every 10 seconds extra base speed, so that we can send them over here and have them be used here for this as well. Oh, we just hit 800 again. Nice. And then the next tier is at 1,000. Yeah, it goes up rather drastically, and we keep jumping between those two. That's a bummer. All right, so thank you all for coming today. I hope this was a informative episode for everyone and enjoyable, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for coming. Bye for now.